Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to do a radar chart based on some information I pulled from a Smith travel report. So here you'll notice this is for our fictitious hotel. We've got the occupancy, ADR, and RevPAR. We've got my property, which is our fictitious hotel, versus the competitive set, which is the aggregate of all the hotels in our fictitious market. And we've got the index, so that's where we stand from a market share perspective. So we've got this for occupancy, ADR, and RevPAR. So in order to get a chart started, we just have to highlight the area, and we are going to go. I find it easier just to go to recommended charts because I never know, or I can never remember where specific charts are. I don't see it here, so I'm going to go to all charts, and I'm going to click on radar. So this is not really what I wanted at all. So from this point, I just find it easier to go into design. I'm going to go to selected data, and I'm just going to remove all these items, and I'm going to start from scratch. You can't often start a chart if you don't highlight an area. So what I'm doing is I simply just highlighted an area, went to insert chart, and at least we have the shell of a chart. So we want two legend entries or two series of data. One is going to be my property, and the other is going to be the competitive set. So those are going to be our two set series. And within those series, there's going to be the occupancy, ADR, and RevPAR for each. And we're going to be doing a radar chart which compares both. So we go to add, and we're going to click on our series name, which is going to be the first series of data. It's going to be my property. It doesn't really matter which one I click. I could click this one, or this one. Doesn't matter. All right, and now I'm just deleting what's in there already, and I'm going to click on the series value. So holding down the control button, I need to hold down the control button because I don't want to highlight this continuous area. I want this. My property's occupancy, my property's ADR, and my property's RevPAR to be in it. So I'm going to hold down the control button, move my cursor or mouse over to my property occupancy, keeping the control button held down. I'm clicking on my property's ADR, similarly clicking on my property's RevPAR, and I'm going to hit enter or OK. All right, so now we've got this is what our radar chart looks like. Don't worry about the numbers on the outside here. We will label these after, and I'm going to show you how to do that. The occupancy, the ADR is here, and the RevPAR is here. All right. So now we're going to add our next series of data, and that will be our competitive set. So the series name is going to be comp set, and series values are going, again, holding down the control button, are going to be occupancy for comp set, occupancy for ADR, and occupancy for, ADR for comp set, and then the RevPAR for the comp set. And I'm going to hit enter. And something went wrong here. I think I'm just going to, it's because I didn't delete what was in there already. Okay. So again, holding down the control button, comp set occupancy, comp set ADR, and comp set RevPAR. And with any luck, that'll work. There we go. So the blue is my property, and the orange is the competitive set. And just to show you how a radar chart works, because when I first looked at one of these, I didn't know what I was looking at. It was a little bit difficult for me. The interior triangle is 0. The exterior triangle from the 0 is 20. And the exterior triangles go up in this case by bounds of 20, but we can change that if we want to. All right, so if you know it's 80 on the exterior triangle here, on the exterior triangle down here, we know it's going to be 80 as well. Okay, so now what we need to do is properly label the axis labels. In this case, it's marked horizontal axis labels, but this radar graph, it's, part of it are horizontal labels, but up here it really isn't. So just be careful of don't let the terminology confuse you. So I'm going to edit. Actually, I'm just going to unclick these, and what we're going to do is edit the axis label range. So in one shot, we can do our axis labels. Again, holding down the control button because I don't want this empty space to show up. I'm going to hold down the control button, move my mouse, and now click on the ADR, and my control button is still held down, clicking on the red bar, and OK. And oops, guess we got to click it. There we go. So now it's starting to tell us what this radar chart is all about. If someone was just walking into the room right now, they might be able to tell what all this means. But we need a few little additional pieces of information. We need a chart title, and we can call this, in this case, it's the White Hotel, or the White Group, but we'll call it the White Hotel Q3 Competitive Set Analysis, or Competitive Analysis. Similarly, with other charts that you've done, you can change the color if you want by clicking on the wall of the chart, and you would go to the fill options here, and you can add some specific color if you wanted down here. You can do a gradient fill like we've done before, so you can do that. And if you wanted, we were talking about the bounds earlier, if I wanted to change that, we can click on the 0. I don't think this will really make our graph, our chart look better, but we can do that if we want. So in this case, we would go to axis options. I clicked on the axis options here, and we can change the units. Major units, we can change that to 10, and we'll see what happens here. I don't think it's going to make our graph or our chart look any better, but if we really wanted to do that, we could do that. In this case, I think we'd have to enlarge it a little bit. And similar to other charts that we've done, you can change the same sorts of information if you wanted to. We can make this area larger if we wanted to fill in some more space. So again, this doesn't really make it look all that much better, but I'm just showing you some of the options that you have. So that basically is a radar chart, and I'm just going to undo this because this doesn't look so great. There we go. That looks better. And if you have any questions, you can ask me in class. Thanks so much, and have a great day.